The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Power Trading Hour with your host, David White. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, David White.
Place between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m.
I can only hope that they've got the little boom, 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 boom going. I don't hear it. So else, what do we have on this day? Well, we got kind of a bounce, not as much as I was looking for, but down to 20.69 for the low of the day. We're up about points, 24.32. And, of course, we put on a big trade on Wednesday going short the market. We covered at the close yesterday. We'll be talking about that in an interview with Tom O'Brien at 3:30 today, talking a little bit more about technology and that trade. In the meantime, like I said, we're up a couple of points. Really didn't go any farther down. Volumes, 2.1 billion shares. So is it good? Yes. Is it enough? No. It would still suspect that we're kind of in a trading range, and we might pop in and back maybe. At the moment, I thought we'd be back at about 24.50, but never really got any use. And a lot of people keep throwing a lot of stuff at this market. But would not be surprised if you wanted to go short that you're waiting for a bounce. Maybe the volume comes in light again and heads back down. Suspect that if nothing blows up over the weekend, or if we don't have 20 more terrorist attacks, or a variety of things that seem to actually now start worrying the market a bit, that we'll see that. My guess is we'll have some closure on Steve Cohen and the tax issues going forward. And I don't exactly know where it is. I'm not going long, but I think that there's going to be some rather decent buys in this market, and we'll play both sides of them. Okay. Yeah, someone says I've got a bad too. So maybe it is a bigger problem than we're knowing. What else do we have going on here? Well, that's kind of it. We're not down, which is probably the best thing you could say. Had a big trade on, and for the most part, selling yesterday at the close was the right thing to do. You might have been able to buy back and trade today. But for the most part, I think that's it. Maybe we get a little bounce going to the end. A lot of people short. And if you get any kind of good news, like I said, I think we're looking at maybe somewhere around the ceiling, maybe 20 points higher than the S&P cash. In the meantime, as always, we like to start the show off with a little bit of history.
It's all just a little bit of history.
It is history repeating on this day in 1991. Soviet President Mikhail Gorbachev is placed in the House arrested during a coup by high-ranking members of his own government, military, and police forces. August 1991's coup was carried out by the hardline elements within Gorbachev's own administration, as well as the head of the Soviet Army and the KGB, or secret police. Detained at his vacation villa in the Crimea era, he was placed under house arrest and pressured to give up and resign, which he refused to do. And, of course, for the first time that a nuclear power had some issues with a lot of nuclear stuff that could go off. And you never know when that's going to happen again. Of course, with communists, you never know. But on this day, a lot of people don't think that this is a big kind of nuclear deal, but for a while, who actually controlled the Soviet Union and all of its, at that time, some 15,000 nukes. But what else can you say about it? As I said, not a lot of news, or at least for the most part, I'm not paying attention to it. It's been a week of horrible propaganda. And I think basically anybody that's commented this week about anything, I could put a curse on. This has been one of those weeks where I said, just glad to turn the news off, not paying any attention to it. And just from what I do read, I think that it's much like the Unforgiven movie. Literally nobody comes off good this week. From people saying stuff, people going Big Brother and wanting to censor everything and throw away free speech. It's been a hard week on all of us, and we'll look better to a better one next week. Did want to look at Tesla. For those waiting for the Tech Insider newsletter, I've got it just about done here for the day. I just wanted to wait and see if anything else happened before the end. What else do we have? Time window. Okay. Time window. Time. Okay. Yeah, I changed that and it still didn't work. Okay. Well, let's go back to our charts. Okay. Anyway, I was writing about some of the stuff going on in Tesla, the Tech Insider today. I think is pretty interesting. But for what we do know out here is that Tesla raised 1.8 billion shares, or at $1.8 billion, and has a lot farther to go. Down yesterday on some decent volume, 5 million shares. Today just 4.2 million shares. That's in the gap up of 13.5 and 9.2. I suspect that if this market really has some downside legs, that it's going to be this stock that wheels literally come off the Model X. You like what I did there? So anyway, it is what it is. So what else can you say? Well, I'm going to say on this one that I'm going to continue to watch it. But that's why I think that until we get, I think the tax cuts, for better or worse, until they get passed or not passed, are kind of the vampire. That unless you like shoot them with a silver bullet, or is that somebody else? I can't remember my monsters now. But unless you shoot it with a silver bullet, you really know it's dead. It's going to come and go and come and go and probably push the markets around. But I think when we look at Tesla, there is more evidence that some big holders out here are starting to exit the stage left. We're going to break here, so we'll try to reconnect, get some of our tech issues handled. Then we'll talk on the other side of it.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Dave takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
What? Ooh. What? Ooh. And I got nothing but echo now. And I got nothing but echo now. Nope. And I got nothing but echo. Well, we'll solve that. There's nothing like a little technical difficulty for the tech master himself. Anyway, we were rudely interrupted by lightning strikes that caused problems with my my modem. But I think we're getting them all sorted out, so we'll figure those out. Everything had to be rebooted, restarted. I feel like brand new. As always, we were talking about over the last few days some of these energy stocks. Crude did finally bounce today. I haven't had a chance to really get into the Baker Hughes numbers. Maybe we'll get a chance during the break. Anyway, a little bit out here. And again, we've been talking about these gaps acting as support. This is the first one that you're getting, and this goes back to April 5th of 2016 in the XOP. I think that this pop in crude is just kind of a flight to safety for the weekend. Much more telling is whether or not crude can actually hold up. With the dollar down 25 cents, or the dollar index down, and of course, when you're looking at crude up $1.38 going into the weekend, the question is whether or not it can hold. I would feel a lot better on oil if gold was also up above 1,300, and we saw kind of at least commodities tend to hold their levels. Not that gold's bad, it's just it could have been much better. Above 1,300 going into the weekend would probably be a better sign, and probably give you a little bit better view of crude oil. Nat gas is at basically $2.90, And we'll look at UNG because that's been one we've been looking at. But we'll look at the XLE at the same time. Little bounce in it today, but again, just on Friday doesn't mean a great deal if we go back further. This one actually has a little farther to go before it starts hitting these gaps. And you actually are into the candle of the 12th of April, 2016 that had 27.6 million shares up. And of course, today or yesterday, you had 14.7 million shares, 14.8 million shares. Today, 13. So there's no problem with the volume out here coming into these big moves up. It's a little lighter, but a lot of times when you have a lot of these little gaps, they all tend to get filled. I still suspect that the risk reward is probably pretty poor for other than intraday trades in energy until you get a test about this 58 on the XLE. Let's take a quick look at the UNG. Oh boy, more lightning. Just heard it. Okay, United States Natural Gas Fund, just kind of an inside day out here. You could make a case that it has finally made a bottom. What I dislike is some fairly decent energy off the $6.70. But you could make the case that this is already ready for an ABC. Let's get this in. An ABC, and that would be your A point is $6.20 from August 1st to $6.72 on August 10th. Your C point would be this August 17th, $6.41 low. And that would set up C1 to 1, $6.90. My guess is that if you do get this thing moving, it would probably be more of an extended one, 719, 719 in that range. If you go back and look at the chart, the reason I bring those up is they're all in this gap down.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now. Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And hopefully we're back now. Again, just technical difficulties ad nauseum. Anyway, we're talking about UNG, and just don't see anything out here about, maybe you get that 1.15 pop. I think that would probably be most likely. That would get you to that $7.19, $7.20. You also have the 1-to-1 618 to take to 725. Now that's the middle of the gap. That would probably be best case scenario, but not a bad trade out there if it is setting up. And of course, this is at least statistically the best time of the year to buy nat gas if you're looking for higher prices. What else do I wanted to watch? Wanted to see how Salesforce was doing. We talked about this one. Testing its previous high with 4.2 million shares, but didn't really hold it from the July 27th high with 3.6 million shares. Came back down on 3.6 million shares today and kind of hanging out here at the $91 level. We've got was it the 22nd or the 24th earnings are coming up on it. Wanted to look at Qorvo and then look at Apple over the last day. This one actually is the one that kind of turned, and I said that we wanted to be watching this one for a better view on what's happening in the smartphone business. This one's down, but not much volume today. You had 1.4 million shares yesterday, down with just 760,000 shares today. So let's take a quick look at Apple and then Skyworks Solution. Okay. What do we have? Okay. Trying to see here. Okay, not much on Apple. Yesterday, you had some decent volume to the downside of 28 million shares, but today just 21 as we speak out here. And of course, that's going up against that August 8th high where you actually, and the August 2nd too, that popped up with almost 70 million shares. That's kind of set the high bar out here. We were thinking that this thing could get back to about 53. I don't see anything that changes that over the next few days. All you need to do is have one or two bad days in Apple, and you can continue to see this thing moving back. Okay, HL. We looked at those ones before. I think if there's anything else out here. Swift Transportation, and then we'll look at Skyworks. It's down. Volume's pretty light compared to yesterday. Down on 1.4 million shares. This thing's a little higher than yesterday. 680,000 shares. I was watching this because it looked like it would be one that could possibly break out if that industrial sector continues to do well. SWKS is Skyworks Solutions. Again, looking at these and that smartphone business, this one would be rather bullish. You got a doji out here after coming off with 1.6 million shares compared to the 2.1 million share low at 101 on August 4th. So you're into this one. You got into it with half the volume and popped. That's a pretty good sign. Let's go back and look and see what we've got. We're up 3 points on the S&P cash. So maybe Monday. I don't think we're going to be looking at anything out here that's that exciting. Wanted to see if there was any movement in Carbo Ceramics. We talked about this one on Thursday too, and it continues to be a very interesting move out here in that this is about the worst beaten down of all these energy stocks that still got a pulse. It still has a little longer to go to come down and hit this $5.83 low. That's 1.26 million shares. we kind of got into that with similar volume. So this is not a bullish chart. It's just not acting real bearish either today. You'd like a test of that 583, and I don't think I would trade this stock, but I think it's starting to give you some indications that we might find some kind of low in energy in the near future. See if there was anything else I wanted to look at. We looked at those. In FLX, Apple was making some noise today about getting and spending money for its own custom content creation. This is about exactly where you're going to get the best buy if you're looking at Netflix making yet another ABC to the high. You gapped up on the 18th, did so of July with almost 42 million shares. Today we're in here with 5.3 million shares as we fill most of that gap. Again, this is going to go with the market, but if the market decides to go higher, guesses you got a good chance of retesting the 190, 150, and it will probably be the first stock that everybody starts piling back into. Amazon, nice little lows out here that don't look too bad so far in the day. August 11th, 5.6 million shares at 951.38. You're into that with just half the volume so far today and a little doji. So I suspect we're going to probably see a lot of these kind of little bounces and then light volume tests. Now, the proof of the pudding is this thing going up on Monday after this gap, because normally this is either the halfway move down or the bottom. And you've certainly got it on volume for Amazon. So the question is whether or not you get that bounce that really starts moving the rest of the market up. So I think what I'll be watching certainly is that low out there on Monday again. Okay, what else do we have? Okay. And what do we got? Okay, energy shares. You couldn't, yeah, you might be able. I've got a couple of people asking me questions. Yeah, it's certainly I don't think you can call that dark cloud cover on ERY, which is Direction Energy Bearer 3X. You could call it maybe a minor reversal right now. But again, I think a lot of these stocks are going to tell us a lot more come Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Options rollover is going to be Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday is probably before the market's going to get really moving and have a direction. I can imagine a little bounce and then us go sideways or a little up or a little down and then get back into whatever mode we're going to be into on Wednesday. But that's it. We'll look at a few more out here, some of the stocks with earnings and some of the other stuff as we get into the next big section. And maybe we can figure out why I keep losing the audio back from these guys at the studio. You just never know sometimes with technology. Sometimes it's just a big bag of bits and they don't go your way. Anyway, we'll be back after this break.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock in option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you like it does me, visit everbank.com/TFNN to find out what they can do for you. Again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. Visit them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
The TAS Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the TAS Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profiles So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the TAS Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
And hopefully we're back. Continue just to listen to myself. Hopefully I'm on and everything's working. What do we got going on here? Oh, we were looking at this. Direction Energy shares 3X. Said we'd go ahead and take a look at stocks that were making news today. And, of course, I did kind of briefly went by it. But some of these stocks in the sector okay. Let's take a look at some other ones. SPWH. Sportsman's Warehouse. After Dick's drubbing this week, kind of interesting to see this one actually have a nice day up. Fairly decent, up to $4.83 today. It's the biggest winner at the highs. It was up 31%. See if there's anything else out here. For the losers, and kind of the usual suspects. I don't see much going on out here. And of course, Deere, 9% in its biggest one-day loss in 2 years. But this came right back down, and it's right in the center of this giant gap up that goes back to the 19th of May. That was up on 11 million shares. You're down on about 9.5 million shares so far today. So this thing's probably going to come in somewhere around equal level. So let's go ahead and look at Caterpillar. It's a brother from another mother. Not much movement in that one. Actually, this one's moving up a little. 3 million shares to the upside in Caterpillar. So again, continuing to see kind of a tough market to get too excited about yet. It's the downside has been kind of evenly spaced out. There's not that many cars going on. See what else is out here. Looking at just a list of things. Okay. Deere, got that. Okay, got the rest of them. Petrobras, PBR. PBR. Take a quick look at that. What do we have? Yep. Up on, I wouldn't call it outstanding volume, but any up on a day like this is kind of interesting. Of course, crude a little higher. This has been in this trading range. I don't know if this is going to be enough volume to break out. You've got 20 million shares on, what is this, the 2nd of August, compared to 16 million shares. So you're kind of in like-minded volume. But really what you're looking at is this $9 range that had 153 million shares. And that's kind of the lid on many of these stocks. Let's go back a little bit farther. See if there's anything else out here. Matson. Okay. Tidewater, TDW. Take a quick look at that one. In a reverse split. And not a big deal on that one. Jones, Tusk. Yeah, I just don't see much in that. Let's go back to the usual suspects. Yesterday we were looking at IBM on whether or not this thing would come in and test its previous lows. So we'll continue on that. What do we have? Back into the, yeah, I think you still got it. The 136.80 from June 27th, 2016 is what the IBM is going after. Energy, again, not all that big, but again, just a rolling auction lower. No word on Mr. Buffett if he's going to force the CEO out. At this point, you're looking at that 136 level as support, but also you could see Ramadi being forced out, and that would change everything. We're kind of seeing this 136.80. June 27th below is what you want to be looking at. Okay, what else? Just looking through anything out here. Okay, another company feeling the wrath of Amazon that's now supposed to be getting into the car business is CVNA. What is this stock? Caravan. I've seen them advertised a little bit. Not as much as some of the others. But apparently going directly after this target market. It could have been worse. Could have been, what is that? Blue Apron. Actually, this thing looked like it was probably going in to the $13 level anyway. So I don't see much change on that one. And let's go through some of the other ones over here. The OIH, got a request to do that. You can send me emails, of course, at tfnn.com. Okay. Acorn, AKRX. Nothing that one. Okay, here's the Baker Hughes rig count. We'll look at Baker Hughes too. Both fall in Baker Hughes. Okay, so you've got that. The rig count finally fell by 3 to 946 following last week's decrease of 5. So you've got a couple of weeks with rig counts coming down. We got crude kind of going up, so maybe you've got the floor in this thing. The oil rig count, which rose last week, fell by 5 to 763, and the largest weekly drop since January. Gas rigs only added 1, so that's good for natural gas. At least maybe it's trailing by a week or 2. So we'll look at that. See what else is going on out here. Go back to NKE on news. Take a quick look at them, and we'll try to figure out what's happening. Okay, so Nike fell today. Foot Locker owner also blew up. So apparently nobody's buying tennis shoes along with everything else. So let's take a look at this. Well, you had a huge gap up on June 30th that had 46.3 million shares. This is actually not that bad a volume out here. We'll look at Foot Locker when we come back. But Nike down on volume, which means that it's not going in a V where everybody just buys it back Monday. But watch if it can consolidate around here. This is actually not all that bad. We'll be back after this.
Hi folks, the 800th edition of the Gold Report will be published next Monday. To celebrate the last 15 and a half years of calling the gold market, I'm doing a special promotion. You can receive 60 weeks of the Gold Report for only $600. That is $10 a week, which is a savings of 50% off the regular price. If you want to understand the entire supply and demand equations that move the gold market, including where the XAU, HUI, and mining equities are looking to trade, if you want to understand the correlation between the dollar, the yen, the South African rand, bonds, and gold, the Gold Report is for you. I'll give you the entry price target, and stop for each equity, ETF, future, or option trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter with the focus on building real wealth to a successful portfolio of gold and silver equities. You can take advantage of this special promotion until August 27th. That's 60 weeks of the Gold Report for $600, which is a 50% savings. Go to the front page of TFNN.com or call 877-518-9190 and order now.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
Catch Tom O'Brien, professional trader and educator, founder of TFNN. Also, a special guest on CNBC. Tom will bisect and dissect the markets. The Tom O'Brien Show, next on TFNN.
Pre-break, Foot Locker blew apart. That took Nike with it, and you've got just about everything you want to look at, and that is retail stinketh. It stinketh to the highest levels. I don't know how you can hate retail anymore, but this blew through. I mean, there was on Foot Locker, this is very telling just how bad this was. There's a gap where this thing gapped up on 7 million shares back on March 7th of 2014, and that's kind of was support back into April of 2014. So you've had that huge gap. Well, it just went, talk about jumping the creek and breaking through ice, whichever you want to talk. 29, 30 million shares for Foot Locker. And the question is, how much is, a lot of mall traffic turning into nothing, affecting the sales of Nike as bad as it is Foot Locker? And, of course, and just getting painted by a giant brush with all of this is kind of interesting. So we'll keep an eye on it. But, man, that is horrible in that space. Wish I could think of a few more. Not here. Caterpillar actually had some decent news. Maybe that's why that one's not up. Rost 2 is the only bright, shining star in retail, I think. And this one had a huge bounce when we look at it today, up into the 59s, up about 10%. But that's about it. Most retail stinketh. Some of these stores like Ross stores that sell one season, I guess that's the best way to describe it, isn't it? One season behind is all about doing well here. Other than that, not much doing well. Anyway, we'll see you at 3:30 with Tom O'Brien. We'll talk about the trade we had from Wednesday, the first one that I have that I can directly attribute to machine learning. We'll talk about how that worked out at 3:30. In the meantime, sell when you can, not when you have to, and we'll see you Monday. Same bat channel, same bat time.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.